Now that's what I'm talking about. A perfect sweep last night, 3-0, back on track. This is only our second sweep of the month. You know our goal is four sweeps, so we have a lot of work to do. This is the money line grind. I'm your boy Dame, trying to get you guys free money, doing my research, giving you at least three picks a day. Had a couple days off this month, a couple celebrations. Thank you so much for the nice couple comments I got about having a good vacation. Maybe I'm fresh. Maybe I'm fresh because like I said, we did get the sweep, and we're battling back towards profitability. We're a little bit down this month, but getting the 2.5 units here really was helpful. And I'm sure another sweep will really get us over the hump. But before we get to the picks, let's recap how we earned our money last night. First pick was my favorite pick, OKC -1 in New Orleans. Thunder seemed to be in control most of the game. They did lose the lead late in the second half, but they showed their resilience. I was trying to tell you guys, they're the real deal. They were able to battle back after losing the lead late in the game on the road and win. They win by 7. So the spread was 1, might have moved to 1.5. They get 7 on the cover. That was easy money. Then we had Pajimski of the Warriors. Our first time even thinking about this guy. We took the under 17.5. He was in Miami, under 17.5 PRA, points plus rebounds plus assists. He was in Miami. I didn't like the matchup, and I don't think Steve Kerr liked the matchup as well. Limited minutes for Pajimski in the second half. He finished with only 22 minutes in the game and about 12 PRA, including 6 points. So remember, I mentioned he had 5.5 points in the last couple of games against really strong teams. And just I thought that the Heat were just too tough for him, and I guess Kerr thought the same thing. Great minds think alike. And then Dame comes through. We needed 29.5 points plus assists. It took overtime against the Lakers. They were in Milwaukee, but he finished with 35. And we'll take it because this completed the sweep. Yes, remember, I did parlay this, and that came out to, I want to say, 5 something or maybe 6 something. But it was a nice sprinkle on the top for the day. So if you tailed everything, including the parlay, you're up 5 units. We're not counting the parlay. We never have unless I give it as an official pick. I just throw a little bit on there because I do believe in what I'm doing here. So why not get a little extra out of there? But if you just took the 3 picks, you're up 2.5 units. So shout out to you for being smart and believing in me. Anyway, 3 picks tonight. Let's jump right into it. I like these picks. I would love to go back-to-back sweeps and bring us closer to our goal of 4, but I'm taking the Pacers -2.5 in Chicago, -110 on MGM. Pacers in the midst of a little road trip, 5th road game in 8 days, winning 3 out of the 4. Including one against the Clippers already. Their only loss was against the Lakers, where they scored 145 points. So I don't think being on the road is really affecting their offense much. Bulls have lost 3 in a row and 4 in a row against the spread. In fact, last 10, they're 3-7 against the spread. And I hate when picks like this seem very easy. Like, obviously, we think the Pacers are the better team, and they are. It usually feels like a trap. But Thunder, if you don't recall last night, I just said they're outright better team, and I feel similarly here with the Pacers against Chicago. It's clear that the Pacers could rack up points both at home and the road. They shouldn't be really affected, even though the Bulls sometimes like to play a little slow. But we've seen random spurts of pretty solid defense against the pace. I mean, with the Pacers this year, and they've been solid throughout the year guarding the 3. Their opponents averaged at least 3 points made per game against them, and it's kind of been that way all season. And if you look at the splits, it's at home, it's on the road, it's near, far, tall, long. They do a good job at running guys off the line, which could be a way to neutralize the guys like Kobe White, which you'll need if you want to really compete against such a high octane offense. My next pick, a little controversial, but I'm taking the fade on Joker. We're fading Joker. I think the points line is too high, under 28.5 points. They're at home versus the Suns, -125 on BetMGM. Joker has been scoring pretty well of late, reaching 29 points in 3 in a row, but only averaging 27 in his last 10 and 26 for the season. 25.5 at home. And in the 2 games against the Suns, only 22 points, with about 47% shooting from the field when he averages 58 for the season. So that's something to kind of look at. That's such a big dip in field goal percentage. Let's take a look at some things. Nurkic is a decent opponent. He has some body to him, so he could take a bump or two. And he plays with a little bit of edge. He has some pride. He also does a great job at not allowing opposing centers getting to the free throw line. They're only averaging 2.7 free throw attempts against him. opposing centers, that is, this season. And I like the Nuggets role players at home. I think they really come alive. They play with a lot more confidence. Jamal Murray is really good at home, and you see just more classic, Joker running the offense rather than needing the pressure to score. You'll see Jokic high low, getting Gordon on the baseline, two hand jam. You'll see Jokic pump fake, one dribble drive, catching the shooter in the corner, maybe KCP. When they're at home, they really run their sets very well and sharply. And they don't have to rely on Jokic being really aggressive to score. He can really facilitate more at home. And I really like this. I do think they win pretty easily tonight because their defense is also really good at home. So this could also limit minutes. It could be a blowout tonight. But I think when they're at home and their defense is working, they're getting out in transition. Jokic ain't scoring I mean, he does actually, but he's not going to be leading the break. Those would be more of your flyers, your slashers. And I think 29 points is a little too much for Jokic. So book that one there. Final pick. Now, this one took me a minute because I was torn between so much, but I really want to keep it going. I want to finish this month strong. I want to get that fourth sweep. Going with Tyrese Maxey over 35.5 points plus rebounds plus assists at home versus the Clippers. Sixers coming home after 4 games on the road, which included a stop against the Clippers. Maxey only 31 PRA there, but he's been averaging 35.5 PRA this season with a slight advantage at home. At home, he's at 36 PRA. He's reached 36 PRA in 6 of his last home games, only missing with 34. And that was against the Bucks. Clippers are solid on defense. Both teams play fairly slow, but I think the Sixers come out with an extra boost. We've seen it last night with the Pelicans finally coming home. We got the Sixers finally coming home after 4 road games. That should give them a little boost up top and early on, and maybe they carry that throughout the game. This is actually their 3rd home game in the last 10 games. So I believe the recent dips in production are largely due to the fact that they're just on the road, and when you're on the road and you're undermanned, you're a little hobbled. It's just double because you just don't have the depth that you would need when you're traveling and guys are a little bit more fatigued. I wouldn't be surprised if the Sixers covered the first half or the game. I think they come out tonight with a little spark, and I expect, since that's the case, Maxey will have to do damage. He has probably the highest usage on that team. All 3 picks seem solid to me, and there you go. Those are my picks for tonight. Pacers minus 2.5, Joker under 28.5 points, and Maxey over 35.5 points plus rebounds plus assists. Of course, I'm feeling myself right now, so I already parlayed this. If you look, you take the 3 parlays. I used the MGM boost that I did mention last night. That was a 50% boost. 50% boost. It took the odds from 611 to 917, so $20 gives me a little over 200. And just so you see on that one, on MGM, they switched. I think after I put my first Joker bet in, they stopped taking it at 28.5. So I got it at 27.5. But let's stay on the grind. Let's keep on battling out. Finish this month strong. Let's stay profitable. You guys have a great night. Good luck. See you tomorrow with a little bit more money.